Hello everyone, and welcome to the last video, or the last racing video on this channel. I can't promise that I will get teary or cry, because I have lost count on how many times I have tried to do this recording for this video. There's all the other times I've broken down into tears, and I thought, well, that's probably not really good to have as commentary. So if I get teary, or if I cry, or if I lose emotions, then I do apologise in advance. I don't really want to keep trying to do the recording for my last video. It's a bit too much. So I don't know how much I'll commentary over this video, but I could stop it all of a sudden. I just want to let you know that in advance. I'll try and get through as much as I can. I do want to say thank you to all the subscribers that have been following me for a very long time in my little YouTube career, or YouTube hobby, or YouTube adventure. 625, that's a big number for me. I'm not really a likable person. Not many people stay in my life because of my personality, so I was very amazed that I got to 625. I thought it would be a much smaller number than that. This is a pretty interesting start, so we'll just pause on that and focus on the start. One more. Okay, I forgot we need to go one more round. I don't think we were bunched up close enough. And you did notice that I was outside the trams on that, so I'm surprised I didn't get penalised for that, because KA like to penalise for no reason, so I'm pretty surprised I didn't get penalised. Yeah, if I lose a lot of subscribers because I'm no longer doing racing, then completely understand. I might put up some helmet design videos. I'm looking into that. I don't know if I will. This channel could be dead for all I know in the future, but I am thinking about doing helmet design videos and putting them up on this channel. See how that goes. Keep it going. Does look like we have a green light this time. Some people try to go on the inside of the tram again, but it seems to be a lot more cleaner of a start. Being on the inside gave me a huge advantage there. This guy tried to cover that corner quite well, but I was pretty keen on getting up the front, and he left a bit of an open space, and I took it, and I broke very late, as you could probably hear that I did almost lose the kart. The engine was playing up a little bit in this race as well. You can see that I have much more pace on the straight than that Rotax. God damn! The Fireball had so much pace. This was a very fast engine. You can probably hear back on that little section there and here. There was definitely something wrong. It could have been the battery. This engine did go through about 4 or 5 batteries in its 6 months of use. Not ideal. The wiring setup for this engine is not great. I did bring that to the creator. He didn't really want to listen, but it's not the best wiring. It's an O-ring wiring connected to the battery, so it means that you've got to screw the O-ring wire to connect to the battery, and you can't actually remove that connection until you unscrew the wiring. It feels like an old version of the X30, where as soon as you connect the wiring terminals to the battery, it just starts consuming battery voltage even without having the connector on. So I feel like that's a bit of an issue for the Fireball. I feel like it should be a male-female terminal, where you can just slip the wiring onto the battery and slip it straight off. So I could not have the battery connected until I get onto the grid. put the car on the grid, and as soon as we start to go, boom, slip the wiring terminal onto the battery. It can start using the battery voltage then. It's only going to be a second until I starting the engine up, and then it's good. But having those terminals screwed onto the battery means that it's got about 5 minutes of battery usage before I even start the engine. So something that the engine builders need to look on, but I don't think they will. I did also find that the spark plug had a lot of carbon build-up. That can cause spark issues as well from the spark plug to the engine. That could also be a contributing factor. I feel like that was a big factor in it, battery being a slight factor. And I think the main issue was there was flooding issues, because once I cleaned the carby out after the race meeting and then started the engine up, also the fact that the airbox was filled with fuel, and inside the what's it called? Is it the carby inlet? I'm not too good with engine terminology, but you've got the carby, and then you've got a carbon inlet that is inside the engine where the carby connects to. I think it's just another source of protection for the engine, so if something gets into the airbox then somehow gets into the carby, because it's got carbon reeds where the carby connects into the engine, something solid can't really get past those carbon reeds. I believe that's what they're for. I'm not too knowledgeable, but there's a lot of fuel inside the carbon reeds, so once I started it up, there's a lot of fuel coming out of the exhaust as well. So there's definitely a flooding issue as well. So you've got all those three. You've got the spark plug, the battery would have been a bit of an issue, and the flooding. So I think those three issues were causing the engine in this race to, what would the word be, probably hesitate. It sounded a bit, can't think of the word, but let's just say hesitate. It would hesitate every now and again. But yeah, so I got into second pretty easy, and just with engine issues I couldn't keep up with first, so I was just trying to hold off in second position, because here it just felt like it was going to die and cut out. So I was really hoping I could just nurse it to the finish line, and I did, for second place, which I was happy with. So yeah, after this video in Dunskies, I've removed a few people on Facebook that talked too much about karting. Nothing against them. I know if I read too much into karting, it's just going to break my heart. So I removed a few people on Facebook that talk too much about karting. I've removed all of the clubs that I used to be associated with. I just need to tone down on reading on karting. I'm happy to watch some of the races on Speed Hive. I'm still happy to do that. I just spoke to a guy that I used to race with a bit about his race weekend, and then it got too much and I just had to stop talking to him. Just had to remove myself from that conversation. I don't want it out of my life, but I can't be too involved, otherwise it will hurt me severely. Yeah, I always wanted this channel to get to 1,000 subscribers, because that's when YouTube starts giving you ad revenue. So who knows, if I continue with this YouTube channel for helmet designs and somehow it gets to 1,000 subscribers, I start getting some revenue, that might help me pay for karting, and I might be able to get back into it. Who knows? But for now, love you all, and I'm very surprised. I think over talking probably helped me from not tearing up. But love you all. Thank you all for the support. For the people who didn't support me, well, good riddance. Yeah, you might see a helmet design video come up. You'll also notice when I come into the pits, it just completely cuts out. So that's something else there as well. Yeah, cuts out. Anyway, thank you.